Hello, second violins, and welcome to your video for the first movement of the Little Classic Suite, the Overture. Let's talk a little bit about rhythms before we move on to the finger placement stuff. So first of all, let's remember what our rhythm is for the second measure here. Dotted quarter note, eighth note, quarter note. We have a phrase for that rhythm. Can you tell me what that phrase is? We use it a lot in this piece. Do you remember? If you are saying do, a deer, you are correct. The rhythm in the second measure is do, a deer, taco. Right? We use taco for eighth notes. We see lots of do, a deers. And then at measure 9, we get do, a deer. We don't get the quarter note completing the pattern until here. Same pattern here, do, a deer. Moving on to measure 16, in case you have forgotten, this rhythm is Here Comes the Bride. Very snappy, bum, bum, ba-dum. Moving forward, the last rhythmically tricky portion of this piece is the second to last measure here. This is bell, pepper, taco, rice, rice. Very slow bow. I don't know. I haven't come up with anything for a 3-beat note yet. I'm sorry. But remember, this goes pretty fast, right? Bell, pepper, taco, rice, 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 or something. I don't know. So make sure that you practice that a whole lot and get it very snappy and very quick and very comfortable. Let's go back and talk a little bit about finger placement. So you guys actually have a pretty tricky part here, so I'm going to use my handy dandy fingerboard to talk about it. Let's start, first of all, with where should your second finger be on the A string? According to the key signature of this piece, should your second finger on the A string be on the tape or off the tape? Is it high or low? Go ahead and tell me the answer, even though I can't hear you. Go ahead and say something. Come up with some sort of answer. You got one? The correct answer is that your second finger on the A string should be low, squishy, back here beside your first finger, low 2. But there's some spots in here where it needs to be on the tape. Can you identify? There are 2 measures where your second finger needs to be on the tape on the A string. Of course, it's on the tape on the D string all the time in this piece. But what about those 2 times where it's on the A string on the tape? If you're saying in measures 25 and 26, you are correct. That is where you have the note C sharp, right? You got those sharps in front of the C's, which means that it needs to be a high 2 or on the tape, just like that. Now there's one more tricky thing that you guys have that's way trickier than the first violin stuff, and that is in measure 19 and again in 23. Can you remember how I told you to play this? It's that last note that's the tricky one. Can you remember? So it's kind of sneaky. It's 3 on D, right? G, E, G, F sharp, and E sharp is actually right up here behind your second finger. E sharp is above the first finger tape. It actually is the same note as F natural, so it would be right here. F sharp, E sharp, F sharp. 3, sorry, it's hard to do this in a camera mirror. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, open. So you got to squish that first finger up here, just like we used to squish our second finger down here. Now you're going to squish your first finger up here. So that happens twice. That is in measure 19 and measure 23. So I would recommend playing each of those notes by themselves, separate bows and everything, making it super, super easy. Make sure you get every single note correct. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, open. and then try playing it a little closer to the rhythm. And then if you're feeling really great about it, try adding the slurs in. So I think that is the last of the difficult things that I need to talk about. I will remind you that the eighth notes before measure 25 are you and the first violins alone, and it would be really, really great if I could get you to play along with them. They should be fortissimo, and they should be very, very loud. So please do practice those notes. Yours are pretty simple compared to the first violin notes. So good luck and happy practicing, and when you feel really comfortable and confident, come play along with me. 1, 2, ready, go.